July 22nd, 2020. Joe here at the Wake Up Channel. Of course, it gets crazier and crazier every single day. Every single day I wake up, and it's almost like I'm just waiting for the new crazy to hit the frying pan. But, I simply don't have time to do a whole bunch of videos every day. I wish I did. I want to, but I just simply have too much to do on this property. I have bugs to kill outside and everything else. I could get into it, but it's boring. This is not boring, however. Biden has called to redirect police funding, but stopped short of defund the police embrace. Of course, defund the police is a common theme in the Black Lives Matter movement, is one of the things that they have held true to. Of course, the Black Lives Matter movement is led by 3 Marxist women. We know this. And they have been very, very clear about what their goals are. And it is defunding the police. Well, they are very clear. Now, I did a video a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago, where we were talking about this and what the defunding the police really means. And they are very clear about what it means. It is about taking money away from the police department and putting into other social structures. That's what it means. It doesn't mean just taking the money away. It goes further. It's redirecting the funds, which is taking them away, and putting them into other things. We have seen videos of Governor Cuomo and others who are talking about how safe their cities are now that, the police aren't really having anything to do with it. We have seen the police stand down over and over. I can't blame them, really, because it's really hard to be a cop now. You are almost too afraid to restrain someone or to actually do your job if it needs to be done, because people who actually work in the police department are afraid of being sued. They're afraid of going to jail. They're afraid of going to prison for doing their jobs. Now, we know that Trump is backing the police union. In fact, the police union has just recently endorsed Trump. Big surprise, right? But the mass media, of course, is towing the line for Joe Biden. Joe Biden has been constantly putting his foot in his mouth, and he has said that, no, I never said I wanted to fund the police. I just wanted to redirect police funding, and he doesn't even want to say that. But we have video of him saying that, and we're going to play it for you right now.
Surplus military equipment for law enforcement. They don't need that. The last thing you need is an up-armored Humvee coming into a neighborhood. It's like the military invading. They don't know anybody. They become the enemy. They're supposed to be protecting these people. So my generic point is that...
Do we agree that we can redirect some of the funding?
Yes, absolutely. And one of the things...
Okay, so that was only 20 seconds. Now, it's kind of surprising that Joe Biden has been able to say that much in 20 seconds. That was that revealing. Most of the time that he is just constantly sticking his foot in his mouth, and it's really hard to discern whatever he's saying. I feel kind of bad for him, though. I do feel that he is suffering from some sort of mental problem, or some sort of, not so much mental problem. I think that he is degrading in a lot of ways. He's getting a lot older. He's not as sharp, I guess, as he used to be. But he is very clear when it comes to this whole defund the police. He wants to take money away from the police department. He is calling the federal police your enemy. He's saying the federal police don't need all of this equipment. Please understand that the people who are actually that want to take over this country, the Marxists out there that are actually arming themselves with all types of military style equipment. It only makes sense for the police and those who are sworn to protect the public to have at least as good or better type of equipment than their enemies. And yes, the people who want the Marxist state are your enemies. They are very clear about this. The Black Lives Matter movement is populated by Marxists who want to change this country. They want to get rid of capitalism. They want to ruin the nuclear family. They want to redefine what it means to be human. And this is what we have to fight against if we want to keep this republic alive. PolitiFact has been towing the line, as they normally do for liberals. They actually put something out. Pence takes Biden's comments are on police funding enemy out of context. We just heard it, right? I'm not exactly sure how you could take that out of context. He is calling the federal police your enemy, those who are actually sworn to go in there and protect the innocent. And that is what we have seen over and over, especially in Portland. The mass media has been putting out all kinds of stories about people being kidnapped and people being roughed up and all this. I've even heard of other people saying that the federal police were out there just murdering people. I'm not exactly sure where they got that, but whatever works and whatever gets people clicking on your articles. Biden said police become the enemy when they use military equipment in a way that is like the military invading a neighborhood. I just love how all of these types of interesting prose and interesting word choices, it really does paint a picture for you. But we also have a lot of other pictures that are being painted by the Antifa and the Black Lives Matter and those who just seek to harm the innocent out there. We have seen video and video of people out there just simply beating people up or murdering them. We have seen a woman that got shot in the head just for simply saying all lives matter. This is not something that should be taken lightly. This is not something that should be put into a meme at this point. This is very serious. We have people who simply want to take control of this country and turning into a total S-hole. And I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to curse on a YouTube video, but you know what I'm saying. So that's where we are. So we know that the mass media is really kind of towing the line for Joe Biden because he needs it as much as anyone else because he is constantly putting his foot in his mouth. And unfortunately for us, he is kind of telling the truth on what he really believes. He knows that's the only way he can be elected is if he does toe his own line for the Marxist left. And if he doesn't get behind this redirection of police funds, which is the same thing as defunding, it is just explaining where the funds are going to go that are being defunded from the police. It doesn't matter whether you say defund. Now it's now saying defund the police is kind of a faux pas. We have to kind of mix it in really well with everything else so it's more palatable for the public. But that is what they are talking about. And this is what happens in every Marxist type of revolution. They want to get rid of the police because the police are there to uphold rule and law and order. But you have to have a violent revolution in order to create a new Marxist state. And that is exactly what they want. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.